Yo, so as you can probably tell by the title of the video, I had a 10k day on gold. This was on my 200k FTMO challenge, but this trade was an A plus setup, so that's why I thought I'd break it down. So this is basically the setup, what I took. It's got 3 simple steps, going with the trend, as you can see, a mitigation of a higher time frame fair value gap, and a sweep of liquidity. So let's jump onto the charts. So now that we're on the chart, I've drew a little diagram so it's easier to understand. So there's 3 main things in this setup. We were going with the trend, we had a higher time frame fair value gap, and we had a sweep of liquidity inside that fair value gap. And when you merge all of these together, it's an A plus setup. So let's get onto the gold chart. So this is gold on the 4-hour time frame, and we were pushing up quite strongly, but as you can see, we started to lose momentum and we were creating bearish fair value gaps and respecting them. So if we drop down to the 15-minute, you can see that we had this break of structure here, and we also had an unmitigated fair value gap. So I'm just going to play price up until New York open. Okay, so we've mitigated the fair value gap, but do we just jump straight into the trade? And the answer is no. You need to wait for a sweep of liquidity for this to be an A plus setup, because a lot of the time, if you get in prematurely, you'll end up getting stopped out, but your bias was right. So that's why it's always important to wait for a sweep of liquidity, because they always happen, trust me. You might feel like you're getting FOMO, and you might feel like the trade is leaving you behind, but it'll always come back and sweep liquidity. So if we play a few more candles, we're waiting for a sweep of liquidity and a strong candle closure. Now, as you can see here, this candle clearly swept the previous candles but closed very strongly. And this point here is exactly where I market entered. Now, this sweep of liquidity is what makes me feel safe in this trade. You'd always want to be feeling confident in your trade, otherwise you're not going to be able to hold your trade through drawdown. Now, this little sweep here makes me confident that price isn't going to go above that zone. Now, we did go straight into drawdown, but we didn't panic. Simply just wait for the trade to play out, and boom, TP was absolutely smashed. Gold melted this day. Well, it was only 2 days ago, it's the weekend now, but as you can see, this was a crazy trade. I think it ran for like, I don't know, a silly amount, but that's not the point. The point is, we were patient enough for it to hit the fair value gap, because there was a lot of times in here where people would have sold. You know, think about all of these people getting stopped out of the market before it actually goes in the way that they predicted. But it's the higher time frame point of interest what is important. That's why it's always crucial to wait for a mitigation of a higher time frame zone, because 1, it makes the trade more probable, and 2, it gives you more confidence that you're not going to get stopped out and the trade then go in your direction. But yeah, to summarise, we was respecting higher time frame fair value gaps and breaking structure to the downside. That's why we was looking for sells. Then we waited for price to retrace into a higher time frame zone and sweep liquidity, which it done perfectly here. That is when you market enter and let the trade play out, and boom, you'll have a 10k day like today. So yeah, that is the end of the trade breakdown. This was an A plus setup. These are the trades you love to see play out. These are the trades you wait for, and be patient and get rewarded. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, because I'll be posting a lot more content like this. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Peace out.